Hey, it's Vince from Crushing Strength, Fitness, and MMA, where we talk about all things MMA, fitness, weightlifting related, etc. And just want to get on for a few minutes. I know I'm a little late to the party on this one, but Francis Ngannou knocked out cold by Anthony Joshua. Now, not only am I disappointed, but I'm also shocked. When I saw that result, from when I got the notification online, I was shocked, nothing more I could say, especially considering it was the second round and the way he fell after that knockout was crazy. It was like recreating his fight against Stipe Miocic. The same drop that Stipe had, he eventually had. And just really unfortunate for Francis. I was really rooting for him in this one. I thought he did amazing against, Tyson Fury, just considering that he's new to the sport, and he came over and he put on a show and he put up a really good fight. So the thing is with the Joshua fight, I guess, is even though I had Ngannou winning, I guess in this situation it always comes back to this. It's hard to take a guy who was so used to just training MMA for so long and then put him up against a boxer who's been training like that, training boxing every single day for how many years has Joshua been in the game now? And this is just what happens, Unfortunately, you really can't match the two. And I saw that Joshua first landed that one shot. I believe it was a right hand. And Ngannou drops, looked, shocked himself, gets back up. And it only took one more right hook for him to fall back and, just drop out cold, man. Really crazy result. Props to Anthony Joshua for getting a big win in that division. And really puts into perspective in the boxing world of how much Fury versus Joshua needs to happen. That will be a great fight when it comes around. Fury's fights against Deontay Wilder were amazing, and I think a fight against Joshua, a really polished boxer like Joshua, would be something to watch, to say the least. And as for Francis, I'm sure he'll come back to MMA after that one. I can't imagine he's going to continue in the boxing scene after getting, knocked out like that. And if he comes back, I know that he's in PFL now, and they just had a fight for the heavyweight championship of who is supposed to fight Francis next. So that fight will happen, and we'll see what comes from that. I'm sure that Francis will. He's going to get another big payday from PFL, I'm sure. It's really good for that promotion that they have a guy like Francis to back them up. And, we'll see what happens. Best of luck to Francis. He really has nothing left to prove. He can't, he had a very humbling story, an amazing story of perseverance. And anything that he does now is just a bonus. He's already accomplished everything that someone could ask for in this sport. It's been amazing to watch him grow, especially in the UFC and now into further ventures. So props to Francis. Let's see what happens next. And just before I close this video out, just want to talk about a few of the fights that are happening this weekend. Of course, it's Tai Tuivasa versus Marcin Tibura. That's the main event, and this is a high stakes fight for, I think, maybe a different reason than title contention. I think both of these guys really need this fight. They've been around a little while now. Tuivasa has been up and down, as has Tibura. So both guys really need to put on a show here or get this win for them to really put a stamp on themselves in this division. It's an important fight for both of them. And just on that same topic of the fight night, unfortunately, Thiago Moises versus Brad Riddell got canceled. Was really looking forward to that fight. I'm a big fan of Brad Riddell. I think his striking's pretty amazing. I think he's got a lot of heart in there. He's had a few unlucky fights. The fight against Fiziev was close until he got spinning wheel kicked. the Jalen Turner fight ended really fast with that guillotine, and I believe he lost one more fight as well before that. So I'm hoping he could get back on track when he does get back to the octagon. And I remember watching Moises a few fights ago. He's really exciting as well. So hopefully they can reschedule that fight. I don't know yet. You know what the nature of that fight cancellation was. I'll find out, and hopefully they could get that fight back up and running again. Now, just a few other highlights off the card. We got Ovince St. Preux versus Kennedy Nzechukwu, and this is another great fight. Light heavyweight fight. I love the light heavyweight division right now. I think it's really underrated. There's kind of this stigma that some of the fights are boring and that it's not that talent rich, which I think is ludicrous. You have guys like Jan Blachowicz, Alexander Rakic. You have you have Ferreira is in the weight class now. Yuri Prohaska. The list goes on. Khalil Roundtree has been making shots at the title. His last win against Anthony Smith was incredible to watch. His leg kicks are something to behold. And as I said, the list goes on. I think it's an exciting division. As for this fight, uh, I would probably say Ovince St. Preux might get this done. My experience watching the two of them fight, St. Preux has that veteran aspect. He's been around for as long as I can remember, probably almost 10 years now, if not a little past 10 years. And he's had great fights, and he's also lost a few. And the same for Kennedy as well, though he's a more new fighter, and a lot of knockout power on him, but they're not necessarily matched. They don't have the same style, but they are pretty close in height and reach. So we'll see what happens with that fight. That might be a close one, or it might end early. We'll see. And just to close us off, we got Gerald Meerschaert versus Brian Barberena. Brian, I believe, was a welterweight for most of his UFC career. I guess he's moving up to fight Gerald. This is another contrast of styles. We have Meerschaert, who's more of a grappler, and Barberena, who's more of a brawler, striker. From what I remember of most of his fights, that's been his style. So I think this could be another fun one. We'll see how Brian looks at middleweight, if he'll be too small, if that's a better weight class for him. No real bet on this fight. I think it could really go either way. Your Meerschaert's going to take him down and dominate him, or Barberena could get a knockout. And yeah, another cool fight off of that card. But yeah, I just want to talk real quick about some of the latest in MMA and boxing, I guess. And workout video coming tomorrow, full body session that I just got done with a few hours ago. Hit some big bench press, squats, deadlifts, just big full body session. Took me a while to get done. Excited to show that to all of you and commentate over it, talk through my training philosophy, etc. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video, and hope you guys have a great day.